How is it going, Welcome back to the Great Cree North. Today is a day that I'm very excited for. Today, it's go time. Okay, so I talked about this in my last video, which you're probably seeing the day that this video is being recorded. Go time is here. Soil temps have hit 10 degrees in most of southern Ontario. If you're in northern Ontario, probably going up to Parry Sound, you probably got another week to go. If you're in North Bay, you probably got another 2 weeks to go, and anywhere above that, maybe 3 weeks to a month left until your go time comes. But here, go time is here, which means it's time to put down your pre-emergent, which I'm going to be putting down later this week, probably on Monday, because it's supposed to rain Tuesday, Wednesday. And it also means it's time to get out and rake the thatch off your lawn, which is what I'm going to be doing today. So let's talk about what is thatch. So thatch is a layer of dead grass that builds up between the grass and the ground, and it causes problems later in the year because it chokes out nutrients getting down into the soil, and it can actually choke out your lawn. So let's look at the thatch built up in my lawn. Okay, so all this stuff down here, this is all thatch. So this is what you want to get rid of. You want to pull all this up, get oxygen getting down into the roots. It will really help the lawn green up in the spring and help it grow. And once you put your pre-emergence and your fertilizer down on this, it will green up like crazy. So since the last video, as you can see over there, the green up has been pretty much drastic. Over here, there is quite a bit of green up. It's hard to see on the camera, but it has been greening up since what it was like in the spring. I'll show a picture. So it's greening up all through over here, where this area gets hit hard by thatch, as I said before, because of all the trees. So we're going to be working hard to get rid of the thatch here today. Other than that, I would like to be finished all my gardens by now, but unfortunately I'm not. I still have probably about a quarter left, 3/4 of the way done. So I'm going to be finishing that probably in this upcoming week, as well as getting my pre-emergent down, and then waiting maybe a week or two when temps start to go up just a little bit more, and then we're going to be getting down our fertilizer, our first app of fertilizer, which is going to be a 3008. So this is what they call thatch. So as you can see, it's made up of all the dead grass. There's some crap in there from the fall, some new sticks that fell over the spring, and there's quite a bit of it. The lawn sweeper I have picks up a little bit of dirt and stuff too. But so that's all from the front and back. That's probably around 6 or 7 pounds. This stuff is heavy. Back here, it did a really good job, and it normally does a really good job because this grass is probably one of my second best kept grasses. And because it's an open field, there's not a lot of things to mat it down. It really does a good job at picking the grass up and opening everything up so nice and air can get in there and everything can start to green up. And you also want to do this before you apply an application of pre-emergent or fertilizer, as you want to make sure that your fertilizer can get seed or ground contact, so then it can dissolve. You don't want it sitting up in this top layer. So this is what it should look like after. It should look kind of shaggy, like shaggy hair, and that's good. That's what you want. However, here's a spot where it didn't do a very good job. So over here, this side yard, as I said, it gets destroyed every fall, and it doesn't really come back till May or June every year. And here you can see it did not do a good job. This is still too matted to put any fertilizer applications, or I wouldn't even put seed. If you're seeding in the spring, I wouldn't put that on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back with a hand rake. Some people like to use a thatch rake. I normally just use a regular hand rake, and we're going to rake this whole side yard. We're also going to rake the front yard, as it looks just about the same. So for raking, you can get a thatch rake. I'll put a picture up here, but I just use a normal hand rake and just kind of go at it a little bit, and I'll show you what I do right here. So that there, if you get down here, you can see the line. So this side has been detached, this side hasn't. So as you can see, this side, mostly everything's sticking up. I can see the soil, I can feel the soil. This side, everything's still matted down. So you want it to look like this once you're done. So we're all done. It's about 4 hours later, and that doesn't just include the fact that I raked all of the grass. It also includes the fact that I cleaned up a few gardens with my mom at the same time. So here's what it looks like all done. I don't know how good it's going to show up on camera, but it looks shaggy. And we'll get in close right now and I'll show you. So as you can see, after a nice hand rake, this is all opened up and the soil is there, and you will be able to put an application of pre-emergent down on this now and make sure that you can see it. Trying to film a video. So that whole side yard was raked by hand, and this whole front yard was raked by hand. And not only did I rake it by hand, that because I wanted to open it up more, I also raked it by hand because I wanted to show that you guys can do this by yourself with just a regular rake. You can clean up your yard, and you don't need any big tools or anything like I have. Just with a regular rake, go at it by yourself, clean up your yard, and you can be dominating once spring comes. So following the steps of this, next is going to be a pre-emergent. I'm going to be putting that down on Monday. I will definitely make a video that goes along with part 2 of this series of how to dominate in the spring, about putting down the pre-emergent and how to calculate everything in that. Thirdly, then you're going to be fertilizing very soon, and then that first mow coming up. That's it. From the Great Creek North, my name is Wade Murray. I hope you guys had a nice weekend to get out in the lawn and get your raking done, and keep it green.